Hey guys, what's up? This is Bry. Normal outside voice in the outside office, no less. Kind of excited. Moved in, swept up. Still got some cleaning to do, but the burpee yoga mat is in place and I am enjoying the beautiful outdoors. Now, today, we've got some good data to use today, finally. We're going to talk about the importance of training your recovery in the now named Let's Go Hero Show. We will continue to figure out how we're going to do these things. But I think what I'm going to do is the informal videos like that, like this, where I'm kind of having a chat with you like we're hanging out, which was one of the comments that we got in the YouTube comments. Others wanted more structure. Perfect. We'll have a little bit of both. Anyway, I already did my commitments. My daimon and I hung out by ourselves this morning. It was awesome. Committed, meditated, etc. Let me actually, before I forget, share this Andrew Huberman thought. How well you slept last night and when you felt sleepy to go to bed and how you felt on waking are mainly, all caps, controlled by how early and how much sunlight you viewed before 10 a.m. in the preceding 2 to 3 days. Other factors matter, but that's the biggie, folks. Non-negotiable circadian biology. One of the reasons I am now out in my outdoor office enjoying the no walls deliberately. We've got a ridiculously false door, you know, that you kind of walk through. But otherwise, no walls so I can get the full spectrum natural light. My buddy John sent this to me. John, appreciate you. Love you, brother. Keep it coming. All right. Now for the good data. Oura tells me my readiness this morning, 75. Not a fan of 75s, folks. I turn that frown upside down, imagine it as an 85, 95. But the reality is I'm going hard, and this is accurate data. And we do not want to waste data. Data is awesome. We win or we learn. I've said that to my kids hundreds of times. Win or what, guys? Win or learn. And learning is winning if you use the data wisely. Therefore, win or win, let's go. That sleep was pretty legit, though. I'll take that. Anyway, HRV is down. I'm willing to have it in the 30s. Not such a big fan of in the 20s. Resting heart rate was elevated. Might have been a little dehydrated. Got excited yesterday. Hung out with our team in our community. New Year's Day party. Wasn't a recovery day for me. And I'm going hard. And the reality is I need to recover better. So I'm excited about this data. Sleep was legit. All right. Slept well. Let's go. Hard to beat that. But what's exciting for me is when I see that data, what I immediately do is get to work. I look at that and go, okay, cool. What needs work? Well, I need to train my recovery was the immediate thing that I knew I needed to work on. And then I immediately got to work on how I'm going to work on it. So there's this morning's journaling. Heroic 101% all in, soul force at 101. 51, 20, 51, a million heroes with their soul force activated by 2030. I'm reminding myself of my 30-year, my decade goal, my 2-year goal, and then my 1-year goal as I talk about in the video how I'm setting goals for 2023, 2025, 2030, 30 years. My entire life is directed in this angle, as I've said many times, but hey, let's not go a show without the tattoo here. All in. Increase your odds of success by writing down your goals by 42%. Wrote mine down in some important spots. Can't miss it. What are your goals for 2023 and beyond? And then I've got my top 3 goals for this year, for this quarter. What's up, Zeus? The family's getting up. House is back there. Kids might be coming out soon. What's up, buddy? All right, cool. Rescued that guy. He had lightning bolts for hair when we found him in the shelter. We named him Zeus. Hi, buddy. What's up, dude? All right. So these are the notes I made during my meditation. I'm meditating. I'm also capturing some good ideas while I'm hanging out with my daimon. And I knew that I wanted to talk about in this show how to train your recovery. Then I polished those notes for you here. But then I immediately got to work and looked at my masterpiece days. What I'm doing is not going to get me where I want to go. Again, I've been working hard, as you may have noticed, over the last 10 days and 10 weeks and 10 months and 10 years. And I'm going to go harder. In 2 weeks, we're launching an every single day. I'm going to show up at 1:01 p.m. to get your soul force to 101 as part of Heroic Mastery. Now, I cannot do that with my current, I got to go to the next level, right? No pressure, no diamonds. I got to train my recovery even better. So I started journaling. Well, how am I going to do it? Masterpiece day. I got my AM, I got my PM. What am I going to do? I got to dial in my AM meditation. It's got to be 60 minutes. Let's go. And again, I do some strategic thinking there. But then my deep work blocks needs to be more consistent, 60 plus 30, 60 deep on whatever's a win. And then I'll spend some time on these videos. I'm going to test it out after I've done some deep work. And I'm going to make sure I'm oscillating properly. I'm going to eat and I'm going to move. AM2, I'm going to connect with our head coach, my right-hand guy, Michael, and the team. Boom, let's go. Then I'm going to oscillate again. And then PM, 101 PM, as of January 15th, is going to be with you. All of you who want to go from theory to practice to mastery together today in 2023 to activate your heroic potential, fundamentally and permanently change your life, and make this the greatest year ever, can join us. We'll hang out for, call it 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. We'll do a quick meditation, hit some targets. I'll coach 3 people, and then we're going to connect you with other people in our community. We had this insanely cool breakout group. Calman, great idea. We had, I don't know what the peak was, 500 plus people on yesterday celebrating New Year's. Then we broke them up into dozens and dozens of groups so they could connect with one another. We may do that every day so you can connect with people who are committed to mastery, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's my day. Then I need to shut down complete, much better. I've been way too loose with that. Shut down complete, office is closed at 5 p.m., transition to meditation, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, this is how I'm thinking about my own training of recovery, and that's what I want you to think about. And think today in our Let's Go Hero show, data is awesome is point number 1. You shine a flashlight on what's working and what needs work, then you bring a hammer. And you use that data to learn how you can step up and get a little bit better. So my joke to myself was, finally, you and I have some good data to work with in today's Let's Go Hero show. One thing to be at 85, 88, 90, whatever. Cool, 75. Let's get to work. Now, training your recovery. We're going to quickly talk about that. I'm going to bring you into the app as well. Now, I've looked at that data enough. So now I flip that upside in my head. And I'm like, whatever, I'm a 95. Ellen Langer talks about that. This data matters. Like, you want to look at that and go, whatever. Soul Force score 101. I'm going to focus on the 96 there. I'm feeling good, and I'm actually feeling great. My numbers are just a little bit, feel better than I did yesterday, even though my numbers were higher. So there we go. Let's go to the app. So I have already committed to all of my targets. I meditated for an hour. That's like me. Let's go. Did my breath training, was on the PEMF Nano V again. I did my opening series. I've done my first set of 11 burpees. I've oscillated on 1,000 seconds. I will do 77 burpees. I will hit the trail. I'll do all the other things. I've already done my sun salutation. That's like me. I love hitting these targets. 286 times. Haven't missed a day since we launched the app. Let's go. Simple, basic fundamentals like that. As I discussed in yesterday's New Year's Day celebration, make your bed, which is another target of mine. Let's go over there. Make your bed. Put on your socks, as John Wooden says. Make your bed, as Admiral McRaven says. I already sent my wife a love note. Haven't kissed her or hugged her yet. Haven't seen her yet. Began the day with a smile. I made my bed. Fundamentals matter. Let's do the basic things. That's not what I want to show you today. Today's +1 is Stutz, my beloved coach, spiritual father. Check it out if you haven't yet. Netflix.com/Stutz. Another one of his clients, Jonah Hill. Great documentary. I've gotten great feedback on that. Our quotes here are great. Barry and Phil tell us, it's your actions more than your thoughts that dictates who wins. Your life force gets stronger as you conquer each obstacle, and the overall trajectory of your life is one of ascension. We talked about loving poo yesterday. Pain, uncertainty, hard work, you got to love it. It's the fertilizer for your growth. Your primary emotional responsibility is to keep yourself in a positive state, no matter what's happening around you. We all have the ability to do this, to generate an enthusiastic, inspired sense of life. I'll spare you the burpee set. No matter what circumstances we're in, flip the switch. Invite the best version of you to the party. I wanted to do a quick search. So, the number one guy on recovery is Jim Loehr. He wrote a great book called, help if you spelled that right, Brian. Search Heroic App Loehr. There we go. Did that work? Let's see. No, you got to spell things right, dude. All right, let's try that again. Loehr. Nope. All right, you know what? I'm going to take a different pathway. Search is great when you actually are using it properly. You know what? I'm going to set this down. Loehr, 2 fingers, much easier. All right, there we go. So, thank you. We're going to get this done in under 15 minutes. Jim Loehr wrote a great book called The Powerful Engagement with Tony Schwartz. Fantastic book. But you know what? Some lesser known books of his are actually arguably even better, especially for what we're talking about today. Check out Toughness Training for Life, New Toughness Training for Sports. I'm sure you haven't read those books, but I read everything by Jim Loehr because he's awesome. And I follow Joseph Campbell's advice that when you find a great author, read everything they've written. So check out Toughness Training for Life. The basic idea, and this again is the Philosopher's Notes with the big ideas, heroic.us, sign up, etc. The basic idea here is that you need to train your recovery, right? And that recovery, he studied tennis players, and it's the time between points that differentiates the champions from the not champions. They have more disciplined recovery habits. Basically, they're all in on, but then they're all in off. And you need to train your recovery. Most people live in a state of they're never quite all the way on, and they're never quite close to all the way off, right? They're innervating themselves all day, every day. Flat line versus nice, beautiful rhythmic waves where you're training, you're focusing on what's important now in your work, and then you're meditating, or you're getting a good night of sleep. You're on, you're off. You cannot be sustainably on unless you discipline yourself to be off. And that's a discipline. You got to train your recovery, or you're flatline. The only time you're flatline is when you're dead or you're burned out. So if you were feeling burned out, it's almost certainly because you aren't training your recovery enough. And it's not, importantly, that you work too hard. It's that you don't recover enough. So I'm not looking to pull back on how hard I'm working. What I know I need to do is train my recovery even more if I want to show up with sustainable intensity. So again, Jim Loehr, check him out. Powerful Engagement, Toughness Training. I showed you what I did with my masterpiece days. I'm constantly iterating it. I'm going to reduce my inputs. I'm going to increase my meditation, my shutdown complete, my digital sunset. I'm going to tighten those up. I'm in the outdoor office. We talked about Huberman, and that, my hero, is what we got for today. I thought Zeus was hanging out with me. I'm excited to be coming at you live from the new outdoor studio. If you didn't see the last video, check it out. I kind of gave you a tour in the dark. Just moved in. I think I'm going to redo the color palette. That's what the house looks like. Maybe I'll keep it. It's kind of a little mini version of our front entryway to our house. Tucked away from the main house back there. All right, I'm fired up. It's day one, January 2nd, but it's day one. Walk through the door, get to work. See you.